You're watching KX News, putting North Dakota first.
Welcome back, and tonight's KX Conversation has us talking about the future of coal with the director of the North Dakota Transmission Authority, John Weeda. John, thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks for asking me again.
Coal Creek Station slated to close, of course, in the year 2022, but carbon capture technology might play a role in saving that plant and saving a lot of jobs here. Can you walk us through how that would look?
Yes, carbon capture is a significant investment in a plant the size of Coal Creek Station, but there's also significant opportunity. And as we speak, the legislature is considering setting goals for North Dakota that would utilize carbon capture for oil field enhancement. And so getting our plants prepared for that opportunity is one of the things that we see ahead of us as very important. And at Coal Creek Station, for instance, the expenditure is expected to be over $1 billion if you would put carbon capture on both units. But when you look at what can we do in the oil fields with that carbon dioxide, it's tremendous. So there is a great payback if we can develop that part of our industry.
Certainly. And then be honest, are you optimistic that Coal Creek Station will remain open?
Well, I've had conversations with multiple parties that have an interest in Coal Creek Station. They, like I, see a lot of value in that site, but we understand why Greater Energy needs to make a change. And the companies that are interested have different business charters, so they can pursue opportunities that were not in the cards, so to speak, for Greater Energy. So they've done thorough analysis. They have some really innovative and great ideas, and I'm really hoping it can come to pass.
Yeah. Good to be interesting to have a timeline on that too. Everybody's going, when is this going to happen?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the sooner the better.
That's right.
And
a lot of people.
Speaking of carbon capture, current estimates for having that in service would be by about 2025, because there is an engineering and building period associated with adding that.
Okay, and really quick, a message to those who'd like to see more investment in renewable energy rather than coal.
Well, the good news there is that everyone who has an interest in Coal Creek Station foresees having a variety of opportunities to offer. Not only will they have a carbon-free energy from the coal plant itself, but they expect that the amount of renewable that they can put on the line will also go up substantially. And carbon capture does require quite a bit of the capacity of the plant to operate. And so that in itself opens up opportunity. In a recent conversation, I was speculating that maybe half or more of the energy going down the line within the next few years can be from renewables. And by 2025, we hope a lot of that is also carbon-free.
John Weeda, thanks for being here today.
You're welcome.
And be sure to join us tonight on KX News at 10 for part 2 of The Case for Coal. Josh Meny will take us even deeper into the subject of carbon capture and the fate of Coal Creek Station.